Hi, this is Steven from Just Got Played, and today I'm going to show you the Amazon exclusive Marvel United bundle. So you can see here, sold as a set, quantity 1. All right, let's look what comes in here. Now, the interesting thing is I've seen this a couple of times on sale for $8.99, which means, $9.61 shipped when I had to do the taxes. So, a sales tax added in. So, I resisted this once, maybe twice, but finally I had to buy it. So, all right, we got a Doctor Strange figurine. So that's one of the things that's included. We'll get to that in a minute. And then you can see the two main things that are in here are Marvel United and the, Enter the Spider-Verse, maybe it's called. These are packed in there tight. Let me see if I can get those out. All right, yeah, Enter the Spider-Verse. Also some, okay, that was useless. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at Marvel United first and see what all is in here. Okay. So, Marvel United is a co-op game. And normally I don't play a lot of co-op games, but this is a game I think I'll play with my kids. So, we'll give that a shot. It's not that I don't like co-op games. It's just that my group doesn't seem to like co-op games, or at least playing them with me anyway. Maybe I have an alpha gamer problem. Who knows? All right. So, let's get that off. All right, ages 14 and up. I don't think that's true. Knowledge of English required. That's fine. My kids speak English. All right, free content. Get it here. There's a QR code if you want to scan it. All right. I don't know what that is, but we'll take a look. All right, so there's a rule book for Marvel United. That's fine. You got a bunch of components. We've got figures, heroes, and villains. A lot of different cards, card-driven game, right? So it talks about the villain turn. The villain, I think, becomes more active as you get closer to beating them. Bam does something different for each villain. All right, turn sequence. Missions, it is a co-op, so there's just a baddie that you're trying to defeat with missions. Solo mode, that's interesting that there's something special for a solo mode. And then, cool. Handy rule summary, villain turn. Hero turn, damage, winning and losing. All right, that's nice. Let's see here. All right, so we got a bunch of tokens to punch out. So these are health tokens, I believe. Yeah. All right, so yeah, that's pretty good quality there. Crisis tokens. Again, yeah, obviously the same quality. It's on the same board. So there are thug tokens, and on the back there's civilians, right? So those double as thugs and civilians, and these are threat tokens. Yep. Okay, and I think this is invulnerable. So invulnerability. All right, that's cool. So yeah, got a bunch of those. That's neat. All right, a lot more tokens. I'm not entirely sure what all of these do. Let me see if it's said in the rule book. I don't see a reference for what all of these are, right? So these are maybe like heroic. These are all like different action tokens, right? So maybe that one is heroic. These are definitely wild. All right. Same quality as the other ones. All right, which is good. Some of these are attack. Maybe that's the punch and move. This is probably move, right? And this is probably attack. Just guessing. All right. And then there's more invulnerable and health tokens there as well. All right, cool. All right, nice little plastic protector to hold everything in place. So that's nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the minis real quick. So I'll go through these. All right, so the blue ones are the heroes. So this is Wasp, right? I actually don't know my Marvel stuff very well. So, forgive me if I get something wrong. I think this is Black Widow. Sounds good. Let's see. What does this look like? Iron Man, maybe? Yeah. All right. Cool. This is sort of almost like a, chibi take on them. So, all right. Is that Captain America? Yeah. I'm going to say Captain America based on the shield alone. All right. I think there's also a Captain Marvel in here. Is this Captain Marvel? Sure. We're going to go with Captain Marvel for that one. All right. And what do we got here? We had Wasp, so this is probably Ant-Man. Yeah, all right. Cool. And Hulk, right? So there you go. Nice. Hulk smash. All right, and we got villains, right? So there's Red Skull. Yeah, very distinctive Red Skull there. And then we've got, this is Taskmaster, I believe. All right, Taskmaster. Yep. And Ultron. All right, so those are all the heroes and villains that you have in the game. I hear people say there's not a lot of variety in here, but hey, we got a whole other Into the Spider-Verse expansion, so there's more variety there. All right, let's take a look at these. These are locations, I think is what you call these. So let's see what these different ones are. All right, so this is the Avengers Tower, and everyone has some special thing going on. I think this is where thugs and civilians go. All right, and they're all going to look like that in the back. All right, Stark Labs, that's cool. Central Park, nice. Always up for a visit to Central Park. SHIELD headquarters, all right, that's cool. The SHIELD helicarrier, nice. That's on one of the locations. Times Square, very New York centric here. All right, New York Police headquarters, all right. I mean, that makes sense. Avengers Mansion, yeah, there you go. All right, cool. Avenger Tower. All right, let's see. What else we got in here? All right, we have boards for the villains, etc. So just break that. All right, so villain dashboard. All right, so there's a villain dashboard. All right, so I don't really know how that works, but oh, right. So this is the thing where you make progress, right? And so, all right, once you get past this point, the villain acts after every 2 hero cards instead of 3 is the default, I think. And then once you get to this point, the villain is now vulnerable to damage. And then here, all right, the hero immediately draws a card when you get to that point. All right. Okay, and then, so that's just a generic villain dashboard, and then each villain has their own sort of thing, right? So I guess these things go together, right? I think this gets slotted here, or maybe you slot it down here, I guess, like that. All right, so there's the Taskmaster, and like I said, the cards have BAMs on them, so this tells you what Taskmaster's BAM is, and they have the specific rules for that specific villain, and then overflow. So I talked about the citizens and thugs being on the board that can overflow and trigger something, and that's different for every villain. All right, so you got Ultron too, right? So there's Ultron's BAM, overflow, and villainous plot. All right, and then there's Red Skull's BAM and overflow, and some kind of fear track down here. All right, that I guess Red Skull is trying to fill that up to win the game that way. All right, so we have a lot of different cards, right? So this looks like a Red Skull deck, or at least partially what's in there. Let me get this open, and let's see what's in there. I don't know where Red Skull makes an appearance, honestly, in the Marvel universe, but definitely I know that that's one of the expansions to the card game. Rise of the Red Skull. All right, so a bunch of these are Red Skull cards, right? And there's a BAM right there. So I talked about the BAM, and then I think that's movement, and I'm not sure what all these other things are. I guess they're putting out thugs or whatever. But so here are the different cards for Red Skull. I'm just going through these real quick. You can pause if you want to take a look at those. I don't know what's the difference between those and these threat cards. Maybe something tells you to draw a threat card. Oh, these look like henchmen, right? Crossbones, Madam Hydra. All right. Elite troops. Maybe that's a henchman. Not entirely sure. All right. So what do we got next? All right, let's pull these out for Ultron. So these all, very similar symbology. Anyway, I haven't seen anything new. Well, obviously the text on there, Mesmerize and Encephalo Ray are going to be unique, I think, to Ultron. All right, let's look at the threat cards for Ultron. All right, ooh, a clone. All right, duplication. Sense a theme there. Virus. All right, cool. Those are the threat cards for Ultron, and now we have Taskmaster. Right. All right. So, yep, very similar things going on here. Copycat, dark schemes. All right. Cool. And let's look at threat cards for Taskmaster. All right, Thugs. Explosive Trap. Cool. Entangling Trap. All right, so apparently about the traps. All right, challenge cards. Are these the ones that make it more challenging? Yeah, so you're going to remove some wilds from their hero deck, or 2 wilds, or 3 wilds. Yep. So that definitely would make the game more challenging. Defeat thugs, rescue civilians, clear threats. All right, I think these just sort of go out, and then you put things on here as you do this. You fill these up, and I'm not sure what happens when you fill them up. I think that's right. I don't know for sure. So I haven't played the game yet. But again, I did mention this before. I'm hoping my kids will play this game with me because, this, like I said, this isn't the kind of game that my game group is going to play with me because they're not really into co-ops. But I mean, for less than $10, all this content, I figured at the very least, even if I didn't like it, I could give it away. All right, so we've got Wasp's deck here. All right, so move and attack so far, and then that was a hero action. I don't remember what that is. All right, and that's a wild. Yep, there you go. So again, there's text on all of those and stuff to be able to do, but I'm not going to go read through every card, but I will show you them all so you can take a look if you're interested. All right, so Ant-Man, you can just pause it and read them if you are interested. Did I miss one? No. All right. 2 wilds is always cool. All right. Shrink and grow. Shocking. All right, Quantum Leap. Nice. All right, well, that's very thematic for Ant-Man. All right. And next we have Captain Marvel. All right, Captain Marvel. Seems like everybody's got pretty much the same stuff until you get to the ones with text on them. All right, Photon Blast. All right, just some different Photon Blasts. All right, that's what makes Captain Marvel special. How about Hulk? What makes Hulk special? I did mention this was an Amazon exclusive. It's an Amazon exclusive bundle. I mean, there's nothing different about this game versus any other retail copy of the game, as far as I know. Everything that I'm showing you here. All right, cool. That's Hulk. Iron Man. Cool. I do like the art on these cards. They're sticking, with the same style. Very, very cool sort of chibi style artwork. And there you go. Advanced combat analysis. All right, cool. And we got 2 more. We got Black Widow and Captain America. All right. So again, some cool art for Black Widow. And Interrogate. All right, cool. Showings to Interrogate. Cool. All right, that's her sort of special thing going on. And then Captain America. All right, there you go. Leadership is his thing. That makes sense as well. All right, well, that was everything. And then there's a cube in here. I don't know what that cube is for. All right, I'm sure it's to track something. It is a villain tracker. All right, so that goes on the tracking something on the villain board. Maybe that thing I was talking about where it moves up, and the villain does things more frequently. You know what? Let's open Doctor Strange next. All right, so I saw the Doctor Strange movie. Thought it was pretty good. Benedict Cumberbatch, I guess, is the actor, right? Who plays Doctor Strange in those movies. Does a good job. All right, I think his name is Stephen, right? Stephen Strange. Stephen, maybe even with a PH, like some of us. All right. I doubt I'm actually going to keep that box. Wonder if I'll keep this in here or something like this. Maybe. I think that might fit in there like that. Let's have a look at the mini real quick. All right. Oh, that's cool. Yep, that definitely is giving me Doctor Strange vibes. All right, and then let me get these cards open here, hopefully without damaging them. Sometimes the shrink on these can be a little tight, and then I'm always worried that with this knife that I'm going to nick one of the cards or something. Although, to be honest, it didn't really make a whole lot of difference. So, all right, we got Doctor Strange. All right, so, yep. Those are pretty cool. Yeah, the 1 and 2 Erock, and then Book of Vishanti. All right, Cloak of Levitation, Eye of Agamotto, Orb of Agamotto, Dimensional Portal. All right, he's got all kinds of cool stuff going on. I'd like to play as Doctor Strange myself. All right, so that is Marvel United and Doctor Strange, and then we have Enter the Spider-Verse. Let me move this box out of the way and make some room here. Again, it shows you what's in here. You got 1 villain and 3 heroes, and then a bunch of new locations and stuff. So let's just get into that. Haven't Into the Spider-Verse's movie, right? So haven't seen any of that, to be honest. But, you know, I think that's why there's a bunch of different Spider-Men in here. Spider-Men? One of them's Gwen, right? So do you call them Spider-Men? I don't know. All right, so welcome to the Spider-Verse. There's the components. Special setup. All right, Secret Identity Challenge. I think I've heard that that's a sort of difficulty this game may not need. All right, again, plastic protector. Yeah, I'm probably just going to throw out all these inserts and see if I can fit everything in one box. Don't really want to have multiple boxes going on. But all right, so these are, I think this is for the secret identity thing, right? So these are exposure tokens and journalist tokens. And these are, yeah, they feel like the same sort of quality as what was in the other packaging. So that's good. That figures. All right, we got some new locations. Let's take a look at the new locations. It's cool that there's new locations. I think that'll bring a lot of interesting variety to the game. All right, so there's the Brooklyn Bridge, the Daily Bugle. All right. Osborne Laboratories. All right, that's neat. Oscorp Tower, Queens, and Midtown High School. All right, I guess that's where Peter Parker goes to high school, or is that where Miles Morales goes to high school? I'm not sure which high school that is, but all right. And then, of course, Green Goblin. So we talked about having a new villain. So there's special setup for Green Goblin, and there's what his BAM does: villainous plot, overflow, special rules, etc. All right, cool. Stick you with the other villains. All right, well, let's have a look here at these new minis. All right, so here is just the old school Spider-Man. Right, that's cool. Shooting a web, climbing up a wall, makes sense. This is Ghost Spider, which I believe is Gwen, right? I'm not entirely sure. All right, there you go. There is her mini. And then there's Miles Morales. All right. Cool. Miles Morales. Neat. All right. And then Green Goblin, of course, is the new villain. That's pretty fancy. Always riding on this cool thing that he likes to ride on. Hoverboard, jetboard, I don't know what you call it. All right, let's get in here and look at these cards for all these heroes and villain that we just looked at the minis for. Again, I think everything is going to be the same quality as what we had before, so cool with that. All right, looks like we're going to start with Miles. All right. Miles Morales. All right, so you got your just typical cards that every hero seems to have cards sort of like that. And yeah, we got the 1, 2 wild, and then there's the special. All right, invisibility, Venom Strike, and web. All right, cool. All right, Miles. We'll definitely play with Miles. All right. And Gwen, Ghost Spider. All right. Yep. A lot of the same stuff. Wild, double wild. Those are the ones you can throw out for difficulty. And then you get to Web Dancer, Web Weaver, and Acrobatic Fighting. All right. Cool. All right. Got old school Spider-Man here. Spider-Man. For some reason, I was thinking this might come with spider ham. I'm glad it didn't. I mean, I wouldn't have minded if it was just extra, but I prefer these 3 choices much better. All right. So we've got great power and great responsibility, because with great power comes great responsibility. I see what you did there. All right. All right. Let's look at the threats from Green Goblin here. All right. We got corporate thugs using civilians as shield. Nice. Electro, Graven, and Lizard. All right, cool. Some henchmen there. And then, all right, here's a new challenge card. If you want a new challenge, there's the secret identity challenge rules that I was talking about earlier. All right. Green Goblin. Bam. All right. These are looking pretty much the same as the other villains until we get to Goblin Formula. Goblin Formula, Kidnap. All right, and that figures, and Kidnap. All right. All right, one of the questions I get asked pretty frequently is how to rebox something. So I do things differently from a lot of people. I oftentimes won't keep inserts, so I didn't keep any inserts here. I took a look at this, though, and then obviously I'm not going to keep this. And you'll see that both these boxes are sort of the same size. But if you look at it, you can see that the Enter the Spider-Verse box is definitely shallower. So I was curious, can I fit everything in here that came in this bundle? And the answer is yes. So, I have these, the rule books right here. And then if you look, I stacked all the hero decks together, and they are just basically perfectly the height of this box, interestingly enough. And then I just bagged a bunch of tokens. These are the secret identity and challenge cards, and then some of the other cards you need are here. They have the villain stuff here. I just threw all the minis in a bag, and so I know that's gonna make some people cringe, but that's what I did. And then I've got the villain board and the villain cards here, and all the locations stacked here, and everything fits fine with no lift in this box. So if you are interested in a sort of small storage version, this box, Into the Spider-Verse, is actually pretty good. Probably could fit some more things in here, sort of like, Doctor Strange style expansions with just another mini and some more cards or whatever. But yeah, there you go. Once again, this is the Amazon exclusive Marvel United bundle. If you're curious about everything that came in here, well, there you go. All right. Well, if you have any questions about Marvel United, feel free to ask in the comments below in this video, or if you look in the description of this video, there's a link to our Discord channel. Feel free to come ask us questions there, or just talk about board games. We'd love to do that. But until the next time, thanks for joining me.